All right, today is July 2022. This is the meeting of the Container Storage Interface Community. So on the agenda today, we've got a couple of PRs that need to be reviewed from Xing. Xing, you want to talk about the first one here?
Right. So basically, since we are moving boarding house to beta in the next release, so I just want to promote those CSI fields related to boarding house to GA. Basically, it's just to remove that there's a tag there that says this is I forgot what is it, experimental or alpha to true. So I think James has one question, basically the backward compatibility issue. Now, to verify this, yeah, so basically just remove that alpha field, right? Just remove that to remove that one line. I think he was asking whether we should keep that line setting that to false or just remove that. So to try this out, do we just we basically just use it using the existing one with this field, and then see after we update it, see if we can still use that object or something, or what is
And I think, in fact, like a previous release, we've actually already done this.
I think we did one just directly. I don't think we had this
So this maximum volume size, I think, we just directly removed it. So if you want to test, we could test with maximum volume size on CSI 1.5 versus 1.6.
Yeah, I'm not using that feature, so but maybe I will. Yeah, I can try this one. I can build it myself and see.
Sounds good. Okay. Otherwise, I think this looks fairly straightforward.
Right. Yeah.
What is the criteria for actually removing the alpha label? Like, do we have a process for declaring this non or accepted or something? Or is it just a judgment call?
I don't think we have a formal process.
I mean, like I would have assumed that like we would show adoption of the feature at the Kubernetes layer and show it's being used and that everyone's happy with the way it's being used and therefore, you know, declare it GA.
Well, so in my case, boarding house is still alpha, right? And there's really no, well, I shouldn't say wide adoption, but in kubelet side actually, since it's in kubelet. So other than that, so basically it's always there, right? So when someone uses kubelet, and then that metric is getting reported. But the controller side, I don't really know who is using this feature.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a chicken and egg with alpha features.
But I mean, my understanding is the point of an alpha is to establish that like it's not broken or that the design is not broken, right? So like any evidence we can point to that shows, you know, people are happy with this design. We haven't got any requests for changes. Someone somewhere has used it, you know, even if that requires turning on a feature flag.
So maybe in this case, like the user is basically just, you know, so the CO is caller of this, right? So Kubernetes has been using this in Kubernetes. So that's.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not opposing moving it to alpha. It's good to have like a checklist when you do so that you can say, yeah, we did all of the things.
Yep. Yeah, I think that makes sense. I think it's might be kind of hard to be able to point to actual adoption numbers. Xing, is that something that you have for this feature? My guess is
no, I don't think boarding house. Actually, I have to say it's a low adoption. But do we just keep it in alpha forever? But well, it's especially controller side, right? But I think a kubelet side though, since that's part of kubelet. So whenever someone uses metrics, that's part of that, right? because because that's the volume that gets stack call. So it's called all the time anyway, along with those other fields, right? So maybe that's the indication we can say, hey, this is always used.
I mean, the only harm to, I guess, taking it out of alpha is that if in the future we did decide we didn't like the way it worked and we wanted to redesign it, like we had this field here forever, but it's just behind an optional capability, and we could kind of deprecate the capability and say, hey, no one should implement this, and just leave the field there as unused.
Yeah,
forever.
but then do we actually want to release let's say, do we want to GA a Kubernetes field when this is still
No,
alpha?
no,
That was the reason, right? That was the reason actually for the patches.
Right. That's what I'm trying to say is there's not much harm in taking it out of alpha. I think the alpha designation is helpful on the CSI side if we really don't know if we have the right design.
But if
Once
you're
we have
already trying to bring the Kubernetes feature to GA, then what's the point of keeping this alpha, right? We're not confident.
No, there isn't.
Right.
Maybe you don't hear what I'm saying.
So maybe we just go that way. Maybe like,
Yeah.
I was just thinking, why do we want to try to just prove this one by itself? It's hard, right? But if we just say, hey, in Kubernetes, we're already trying to bring this feature to GA, then we should move this to GA, because otherwise it's weird. People, if someone was interested, why you're using alpha field, you're not confident with it, then why do you want to GA the Kubernetes feature? You should not, right?
For this one, we probably should have moved it to GA a while ago because no one has been recommending changes to it, and it's, the Kubernetes work was done a while ago. So yeah, this is just sort of a slow one.
Yeah, this one also, this is still, but I don't know. I'm okay to wait until we're trying to promote that to GA. So I'm even okay. This one we're right. The next phase is still beta, right? But it's been there for quite some time. Yeah, definitely. We haven't heard complaint at least. So
I actually have a process question for Saad. If we ever did have an alpha field that we later decided we didn't like and wanted to remove, could we reclaim the gRPC field index number for some other feature, or is it still stolen forever?
Yeah, I think it sticks around forever. We can put a comment on there saying this is deprecated, but we do not remove that number.
Okay, so once it's in as alpha, it's basically reserving that slot forever. And then even if you take the alpha away, you can still just not use the slot in the future.
Correct.
If the feature turns out not to work the way we want it to work. So there's very little harm in moving on from alpha. I guess it's just a designation that says, we don't know what we're doing at the beginning, and later we say, yeah, we've decided we like this. So
yep,
let's do it.
Okay, and then the second PR, is it also?
Yeah, that's the Hermann's. This is a that feature, is that, I think that feature is going to GA, I believe.
Sounds good.
That feature is in next release. So
can you follow up on that open comment from James? Just double check, make sure it doesn't break anything. If so, then
yeah, I will. Yeah, I'll give it a try. Well, I doubt that should cause any problem. It just does not seem likely, but yeah, but we'll try.
Cool. All right, we've got a small group. Any other topics for discussion today? All right, I guess we'll keep this fairly brief today then. Thanks, folks.
Yep. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye.
Cheers.